Hello and welcome back. I want to thank you for taking the time to complete that form to get some more information about how we can help you get out of debt with your specific scenario. In this video, I want to go over more of the program aspects so you have a greater understanding walking into this with your eyes wide open. At the end of this video, you may choose to sign up immediately. You can follow through the process after that. But what I want to do is explain the key or core concepts of how this works. First of all, this is not a new loan. It is not a bankruptcy. It's not a consumer proposal or credit counseling. It is a private boutique way of getting out of debt called settlement. What we do is we negotiate with your credit card company. In this file folder over here, I've got hundreds of settlement letters that we acquired from creditors last month. Typically the savings can be, well, this one here, for example, is 25 cents on the dollar. I'll hold a few of these up so you can have a look at it. That one right there is 25 cents on the dollar. And this particular customer owed $8,800, paid only $2,200, and saved $6,653. So this was for a typical credit card debt. We go through another one over here. There's one for $20,000, and they paid $9,275, which was a savings of over 11 grand, and that was 45 cents on the dollar. I've seen some in here. Well, here's one for 26%. Okay, last one I'll show you. Owed $11,634, paid $3,000, which was a 26% settlement. So we've done this over and over again. This is how we get people out of debt so quickly. It's how that it improves their credit score, and it's how it gives them a lot more control in their lives when it gets to eliminating credit card debt. Again, the key benefits of the program are you're going to see an improvement in your credit score. You're going to get out of debt faster. It's an incredible way to deal with the debt. One of the first components of the program that I want to go over that people often ask us is, what's the cost? Well, because we're negotiating settlements with your credit card companies, we charge you a fee for doing that. The cost inclusive of our fee is budgeted around 70 to 80 cents on the dollar. I know what you're going to say now, but Rich, you just showed me settlement letters as low as 26 cents on the dollar or 45 cents on the dollar. That's correct. We tend to underpromise and overdeliver. The reason why we budget slightly more money for this to work for you is so that you get a great experience when you get out of debt. Our people on the back end, which are the negotiators, this is actually structured so that we negotiate on your behalf to the credit card companies, are compensated in part based on how much they save you and how quickly they can get you out of debt. So with respects to costs, there's also going to be a cash flow improvement for you. Most people will enjoy cash flow increase of around 20% of where they are right now. The cost to get out of debt using this program over a few years is always going to be less than what you're doing right now, struggling to pay out of the debt, or if you're trying to get a consolidation loan. Now, the second part of the program that I want to go over, which is important to understand, is you're going to get some collection calls from time to time as you're involved in this. Because you've made the independent choice to get off this crazy merry-go-round of debt that you're on right now, trying to pay off the debt, and you've adopted the new practice of a settlement savings fund to raise a lump sum for us to settle. Oh, I've got my phone right here. Your phone's going to ring. Now, the cool thing about phones nowadays, they all have call display. So you don't necessarily need to answer the phone if it rings and you don't recognize a number that calls you. In Ontario, for example, if you get a call from a collection agency where you're incurring a charge, they actually have to stop doing that. So there's a number of different practices that we can adopt to help curb the calls. Well, again, I mentioned earlier in one of the other videos that you're going to have thicker skin than normal to tolerate this sort of thing. It's one of the benefits of the program is you save a ton of money, you improve your credit score, and it happens quickly. One thing that you need to understand when you get into it, your phone will ring. There's ways to deal with that though. Another aspect of the program that you need to understand is there's no guarantee that there's going to be success. If you want guarantees in life, I give you taxes and death. That's pretty much all that we can guarantee anybody in life. Although, having said that, we do have thousands of settlement letters, thousands of graduated clients, an A+ rating with a Better Business Bureau. This is something that works. If you subscribe to the program and you stick with it, the chances of you graduating debt-free with a great credit score is extremely high. Making sure that you stick with it is the important part. Another aspect of the program that you need to understand is it has to happen in a fast and efficient and effective way. You're coming to us looking for assistance to get out of debt because what you've been doing hasn't been working. I would imagine if what you're doing is working or have done in the past, you've seen the balances come down and you're paying it off within a reasonable period of time. Reasonable is within a few years. I'm not talking about the 20, 40, 50, 60 years. Sometimes as many as 106 we've seen on statements if you just make the minimum monthly payments. So by adopting this new program and practice, you've got to understand that you have to follow the rules and guidelines that we set for you. We've been doing this since 2003. We know how this works. We have relationships with the creditors. We understand when and where to negotiate settlements and for how much. The thing that you must remember when you hire us to do this work for you is that you trust us and you stick with it. The last and final part that I want you to grasp and understand before you decide to begin with this program is most people actually get into this lying to themselves. You know, we see people misleading themselves all the time when they think that they've got a great credit score or everything is just fine, like they have it all under control. The truth of the matter is, even as kids, when we would go to the amusement park and the line said you had to be this tall to get on the ride, we'd stand up on our tippy toes to try to get through. It's the same sort of thing. If what you've been doing hasn't been working, you haven't seen the credit card balances be paid down, you're not able to get a consolidation loan from a bank at a reasonable interest rate, which would be less than 10%. I'm not talking about the high-risk lenders that will charge you almost 40%. If what you're doing is not working and you want to avoid bankruptcy, this is definitely worth a look. It works fast, it's successful. I've shown you copies of settlement letters that people enjoy when they graduate through the program. So if you're ready to begin, book that call now. There's a link below for you to schedule your free consultation to begin and sign up into the program. I hope to see you guys on the other side, debt-free. We'll talk to you guys later. Have an amazing day. Bye for now.